unfortunately, I'm unable to tell you who that person could possibly be, and we'll find that out at about 9:30 this morning when Advocate Gerrie Nel does indeed brief the media. But all that is contained in their press alert, Yuveka, is that Advocate Gerrie Nel is ready to reveal plans to prosecute a well-known political party leader, and it is left at that. Yuveka.
Well, I suppose the obvious thing to think would be a former President Jacob Zuma, but he's not a party leader anymore. So who does that leave, Xoli, if we had to rule him out?
Well, Yuveka, I suspect, and I don't want really to be caught off guard here, Yuveka, because, you know, just mentioning people's names might get us into trouble. But as you rightly say, President Jacob Zuma is no longer the leader of the ANC. I cannot foresee Musa Maimane possibly being prosecuted for whatever reason, or being privately prosecuted by Gerrie Nel. The only other person in my head then that I know for a fact has been going through some court challenges in respect or with regards to land issues, him allegedly calling for land grabs in the country, that is Julius Malema. Other than that, I can't think of anyone else, Yuveka. The other people that we know Advocate Gerrie Nel has possibly set his sights on is the former First Lady of Zimbabwe, Grace Mugabe, relating to that particular case that I think everybody knows. The other issue here, or the other person here, Yuveka, would be former President Jacob Zuma's son, Duduzane, perhaps in respect of the accident that killed a person on one of Johannesburg's roads, and that particular case was not pursued by the NPA, and there were inklings, therefore, that, or there were intimations that Advocate Gerrie Nel could possibly pick that up on a private basis, if indeed the family of that person came forward.
All right. Well, since resigning as state prosecutor and making that announcement last year, Xoli, and joining that team, the prosecution team, which AfriForum was establishing, the team's focus was meant to pursue prosecutions where the state has not been successful or doesn't want to prosecute. So does that narrow it down further for us? Any case that might have gone before the state that didn't quite make it, or where it hasn't even made it as far as being considered?
Yeah, Yuveka, look, I think I've been reading some of these cases, and the one that really sticks to mind at the moment is the one that the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, was once prosecuted by the NPA, and the case was struck off the roll, and it just basically went quiet. It relates to the on-point engineering matter, Yuveka. Remember, back in 2012, Julius Malema was charged alongside two co-accused, and it related to them allegedly benefiting irregularly or benefiting on tenders that would have been issued irregularly by the Department of Roads and Transport in Limpopo. Now, that case, Yuveka, was in court up until August of 2015, and that's when the judge who was hearing the matter simply said that, look, this case is dragging on for too long, and the state doesn't seem to be ready, and therefore he struck it off the roll, saying that all the accused had been at court and were ready to essentially answer to the charges against them, but it would appear that the state wasn't ready, and so he said that this would be unfair on the accused, and so he struck the case off the roll. But he was very clear, Yuveka, that this was not an acquittal, and that's when the NPA also responded, saying that it does mean that at some point a certificate would be issued, and the matter could possibly